talking with a friend of mine last night, and mind you, I record these episodes very, very early in the morning, so it's really a few hours ago. And I was asked, "Did you make a list of the people who can go with you?" And I found that very, very interesting because I said, "Yeah, I actually do have a list. Like the same people who didn't really, really want to assist in your actual growth and development. But now that things are flourishing, it's a different conversation. And I had to be very, very mindful of that because I know for a fact that everyone needs to have a list of certain people who just can't go with them. You know what I'm saying? You can support them in certain areas, but they can't go with you. Just can't. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially hoodie season. Yes, it is. It is freezing in the morning outside in New York City. Anybody that's on the East Coast, this right here lined up, push this back. We still figuring things out in real time. Um, for those who know in New York right now, it is freezing, and you know what I mean, freezing. It's getting really, really cold out there. Summer is officially over. You know what I'm saying? We have 176 more school days to go. I have another 101 weeks of schooling to know that I am on to the next level. As far as my personal goal, I have vacations coming up. We have holidays coming up. And we are here live on the set with Irvin, where we are discussing whatever you're doing, your strategy, how you're going to execute it. And if you got a team, you know what I'm saying, let's see exactly who they're lined up with and what you're doing to getting to the next level. Man, it is actually cold outside. It is cold outside, and even though it's getting cold outside, this is my favorite season, fall time. I'm a fall baby. You know what I'm saying? October. Mr. October 12th in the building, believe it or not. So, to all you Libras out there, much love. Our seasons, we coming up. And when we pull up, you notice how the universe just balances out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is officially hoodie season, so I know all those champion hoodies, you will be seeing them. Yes, I would stack them up though, but right now, I just it didn't cross my mind at the moment, but I'll do a next episode moving forward. Just following suit. Shout out to everybody who is watching this. Shout out to everybody who out there with a plan, who is saying, yo, you know what? How am I going to execute the next steps? Or maybe they're not thinking about what the next steps actually is. And they sometimes need to just listen to other people, just connect the dots to say, you know what? Maybe I should try that. Because it's all about solutions. Solution-based situation. That's what it is, right? Finding the solution to the problem. Whatever the situation is, it could be situated. It could be figured out. It has to be some type of formula that allows you to be able to sit back and breathe easier or navigate or not overthink or overwork yourself. Because believe it or not, a lot of people that I'm connected to are overthinkers. A lot of people. And believe it or not, that's beautiful. It's good to know that you could think in like a tree. A tree stays in one spot and it just grows, stands, it goes and goes and goes. And that's a beautiful thing as well when you're able to stand in yourself and continue to evolve and spread and be able to have your words and your legacy continue to move on and how you may navigate. That's just a beautiful thing. At the same time, we need paper, we need things. So as much as I'm for nature, you know what I'm saying? I love to write. I love the way ink just slides on paper. So, in order to have one thing, you have to modify another. And that's pretty much what we're all doing as well, right? We're dealing with our internal situations, trying to figure out what's best for each and every one of us, how to navigate, what's our formula, how we're going to make it work, and all these different things that we may want to do, and how we're going to actually get it done. And if we're even able to get it done, because some of us are real big dreamers and don't know how to actually come up with a solid 60 months, 5 years plan. Something that's going to get you out of whatever you're in. See, once you complain about any situation, you're on the clock. That's right. You are on the clock. Once you start complaining about any situation, you are officially on the clock. Now, what does that mean? Being on the clock. That means you no longer need to be there. That means that you no longer need to be where you are. You should be doing otherwise. You should be investing probably more than likely into yourself than anything and anyone else. I know that may sound confusing for some, but I'm telling you, it actually works. And the harsh reality is it be the overthinking of something that you may be coming up with or may have an idea of that you don't get done, and then it just slowly goes away. It goes away. These ideas that you may have is not going to last forever. So when you get it, you have to strike when the iron's hot. When you're ironing clothes, you have to make sure that the iron gets nice and right to the right degree before you could hit that with that steam or that steamer and just. If there's no steam coming from the situation, it may not be hot enough. And a lot of people got some amazing ideas, some really, really good ideas, some solid ideas, some ideas that are possible, and the ideas that are going nowhere. Never to be heard, never to be seen, never to be worn, never to see posted up as artwork in someone else's, never see your art in anyone else's auction, never see yourself on a level where on the other side of the coin where you have everyone watching you. Just watching you. And while they're watching you, they're able to look at what they got going on and somehow, some way, just listening to other people and listening to other people, not struggle. I'm not going to use the word struggle. Listen to other people navigate the possibilities in real time is priceless. Word. And that's what I was saying about a lot of artists as well, because me as a music artist, a lot of artists that I know are very, very emotional about their music, their sound, their creations. It's their babies. It's that thing that, once you have, you never want to let it go. But the same thing when it comes to children, you come to realize that as my daughter gets older, I come to realize that slowly I have to let go in order for her to be able to show me what we invested in, what we implemented in real time to make this work. And how serious, for her as a young lady, how serious she takes herself. Because all we could do is pretty much show them, and tell them, and sit them down and hope that what we say, they receive it and they take it and they run with it and they implement it to their everyday living, as well as pass it on to their friends so that their sillier friends, know how to modify and, we could save a few lives. Then I believe that we did our job. Because I come to realize that we're not going to be able to save them all. And as every new artist that come out on the scene, have ideas of what they want to do with their sound. Everyone say they want to be heard. Well, being heard doesn't come for free. And any of these platforms that you're signed on, that you're giving your intellectual property to, that's your decision. That was your choice. These are your choices. the people you decide to surround yourself around, the hangers on, the people that you connect yourself with, all of that. You have to sit back and reevaluate your whole situation, how you strategize, how you are going to execute the whole shit. The example, the whole ship, excuse me. What technology you're going to use, what team you're going to have, what risks are you going to take, what chances, how are you going to keep going, what's the next step, how do we get to that next level? Draw it out. And it sounds like repetition is very, very repetitive. As a big homie would say, you got to say it to an adult about 9 times. You have to say it to a person about 9 times. You got to say it to a kid about 15, 20 times. You think that, oh, didn't I just tell you that? That's so crazy because as I get older, all my life I hear adults say that, didn't I just tell you this? And the kid be like, yeah. You be like, didn't I just tell you that? How many times do I have to tell you that? You hear that. You have to say it a lot. Sometimes you have to say the same things a lot of times to everyone in order for everyone to know that this is your ritual, this is your responsibility, and this is your routine, your 3 R's. Your responsibilities, your routines, your rituals. And when everyone know how to deal with you in real time, they will not overstep their boundaries. I promise you. And with that being said, I believe I'm going to go to that quote unquote commercial break. And we'll be back. Believe that. We're live on set. So you love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where Some Law comes in. These guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track. With us, there's no more struggling between wants and needs. They get what's essential so you can focus on what matters. Hey, the governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. So, photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production, Some Law has the experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer. Call us and take the next step to share what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you guys in the studio. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is one of those things where I was also telling, like one of the secrets to early morning with a little cup of coffee, and you play some of your songs, and you gotta break that wall, you gotta break that boundary, you gotta loosen that situation. You know what I'm saying? In order to sustain with everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? And also working on how to work on my timing, because I know my timing I be sometimes dragging on for a long time. And sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's like, whatever, man. And with that being said, and yeah, we are back live on set. Whatever you're doing, trust and believe. You have to have a strategy. You have to execute it, and you are more than likely going to need a team. I am Irv, and we are here, and we're discussing many, many things, and trust and believe. With that being said, I have to speak about something that I've been noticing working on the 333 project. I've been noticing that I've been connecting with different artists, and sometimes I would post these random different, clips of just how I'm just working on things, and to get the attention of some really really talented people. And when I say talented, I really really mean talented people because all of these guys, all of these people have amazing skills. I mean, they all have this different originality about them that make them official. And listen, I'm all about producing rights. I'm all about artist freedom. I'm all about all that. But my thing is, I'm asking when you're working with someone on a professional or aiming to work with them on a professional level, does it make sense to keep the producer tag on the track? Because me, when I'm hearing certain things, like I would hear it and it's like, okay, that's a nice vibe. I get into the zone, but then you start hearing the air tag come on it, like just like I respect it because you know you we listen to They Not Like Us and we hear that mustard on that beat, hope. I love that, and I love the air tag on that. I mean, I love the producer tag on it when it drops in. I believe when it's done a certain way, it's perfect. That went perfect for the song. That went perfect for the culture. But I'm listening to certain tracks, and when I'm vibing to it in the studio, for me, respectfully, it when I hear the tags jump all over it, it kind of throw me off. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not the only one who struggled with that. So I'm asking, should producers take the tag off of the beat when they're sending it to artists that they plan on creating an actual song with? And you guys tell me because I'm trying to understand, the and sometimes it drops in, and my cousin mentioned to me, he said, "Yo, but it drops on the beat," and I had four or five of my homeboys all say the same thing. They be like, "Yo, man, but they're dropping it on the beat, and even though it may be, it goes on the beat that you're gonna hear who it's by. You're gonna know very very clear, that there's somebody else implemented it. You know what I'm saying? When you're listening to an artist's words, and I was talking with I had an artist by the name of Jeremiah. Shout out to Jeremiah. I had him here in the studio, and we was listening to it, and we was working on another producer's track. And what's cool about that track is when we was able to get the track back without the tag on it, he was able to hear himself start off the first verse, the clear, the clarity on what the direction of the message is, and it came out phenomenal. And he felt different because when it comes on, he feel like he has to compete with that additional sound. And when I'm doing it, I have to compete with that additional sound. And when my homegirls do it, they do it. And some other people struggle with it. So that's just a thought of mine. I say when you're working with someone on a professional level of aiming to, yeah, but when you're leasing it and you're putting it out there like on your producer profile, would I say take the track down? No, I wouldn't even take the track down because if someone paid for it, you could also let someone know, yo, listen, this is the case. I know I sent you the track though, but someone put a number on it and just have the clear communication. But don't stop yourself from making your money. But I believe that when you're working on these projects to make the project sound very, very fluent, it's good when you're able to hear the direction of what the artists want the project to sound like and not it being very, very clear who else is here throughout the situation. That's okay. People are gonna know because if y'all done right, then y'all look like it could still look like Future and Metro and and Kendrick and Mustard and me and other phenomenal producers like Dame and Eric, you know what I'm saying, and people who are talented to be able to produce and create amazing sounds in real time. Yeah. So, leave that in the bottom too. I'm curious to know how everybody looks at that and how producers look at that because I know it does sound dope, and I'm not saying that that's whack. I love it. I think that's just fly. I think everyone's tags are fly, but I believe that when you're creating the song, I hear some people drop it at the beginning so quick, and then you're trying to hear what my alarm. You're gonna hear what see alarm time. You love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where some entertainment comes in. Guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track, if you know what I mean. With us, no more struggling between the wants and the needs. Get what's essential so you can focus on what matters. Hey, Governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. Photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production. Someone has the experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer, yeah? Call us and take the next step to sharing what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you in the studio. Yeah. What was I talking about? Yeah, no, but pretty much it can sound like that. It can sound really, really good. It can sound powerful. Um, let's have the discussion. I like to hear what time it is. You know what I'm saying what you guys, how you guys actually received that. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody out there who's doing their thing regardless. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to producers, shout out to the artists, shout out to the songs that are being created off of just collaborations and just people being able to reach out from across the world and be able to say, yo, man, I like the way you sound, man. Yo, check this out. But I tell you right now though, I have a good solid that's the problem. That's the problem. I have a good solid as of recent, have a good solid 12 songs. I have a good dozen that I would love to, that I already have eye directions of the track. But hearing those sounds on it is one of those things of, sometimes back then I remember we used to have the mixtape CDs and used to hear that, and that's pretty much where I'm from the era. But I believe that now that I've understand, I'm not just taking it. I would take it. I would loop that on the Gemini sampler. Shout out to the Gemini. Everybody who out there on the sampler, y'all know what it means when you have the Gemini sampler. You know that. Straight hip hop. Straight hip hop. And those were the days. And I still have to say, I want producers to get their credit. I want producers to be known. You're gonna be known if you're talented enough and you're doing your damn thing. Trust and believe you're gonna know. You're gonna be like Nas and hit. You're gonna be exactly how you need to be. You're gonna be Billie Eilish and her brother, Governor. Do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things of when you're creating the song, I believe that when you're able to hear the direction of how it goes, you can hear the story and realize that, yo, listen, this is a good solid project. But all of the tags is one of those things of, yo, just send it through. But a lot of producers hold on. And then again, overthinking and holding on and realize that, yo, listen, some of you guys have amazing talent. And the harsh reality is, a lot of you guys who have these tracks, I find it funny how with some of my boys, they record on these tracks with the tags on it, and then what do? They go to somebody else and get the track made all over. Record on the track, do the acapella, drop the beat, play their vocals by himself, get a track built all over again on AI. This is the world that we live in right now. So when you're trying to keep the culture of the producers with artists, you know what I'm saying, in any factor, in any fashion, You should be very, very mindful of that because a lot of artists, a lot of rappers, they taking these beats, they recording on them, and then they dropping the beat, giving it to another producer. They got the BPMs. Man, build on top of that and keep it moving. Song on the project, song on all DSPs, song everywhere, song posted up in the next hour. This is microwave music right now we're living in. So if you want to keep the culture moving, people are going to know who you are. Pardon. People are going to know who you are because you're going to be consistent enough that when people hear you, it's because people like myself, you see, I mention names, you give names, you mention who Dame the Real is, you mention who Eric Luck is, you mention who these people are, you mention who Sage the Savage is, you mention who these different producers are that have amazing talent, people that are helping and assisting the growth and development of different entities, several businesses, a dozen companies, hundreds of blocks, thousands of crews, plenty of sets. Life. See, the harsh reality is, even we're having class tonight, and even we're here being in studio and being mindful of time, I'm still able to be here in the studio and do what I have to do and find time. Because the reality is, anything that you want to get done, you are going to have to find time to do it. You have to find time, and you're going to make time. Because anything that you really, really want, you know you're going to make time for it. You're going to make time for it. So that's why people don't deal with people's excuses when people don't do it. Because that means that you just didn't make time for it. You didn't prioritize what you were supposed to do. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but yourself. And then they say, yo, that track sounds just like mine. Yeah, it does. Or, yo, that track that homeboy working with, yeah, I was working with him at one time. I don't work with him no more. But that track right there, that's just like something that we was going to do. I sent him something like that, and he ain't never do nothing with it. Now that shit sound like mine. He jacking my shit. Yo, you didn't give it up. You can give your computer your acapella, and they will make the beat for you. I don't think you really need that many producers anymore. They making it so easy for producers that those who are talented from back then, who've been like hands-on the MPC, I guess that's the ASRX, you know what I mean? Things who was like on the drum machines and all different types, you know, to now having the Korg Trinity, the Korg Triton, having MIDI plugins and all that, and 8 and DAPs and all that, all these different wires. Now everything is computerized. Everything is pretty much laid out there right now. I can come right over there and do like this. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. And you know why you shouldn't? Because it's not real. That's all artificial. It's all at a push of a button. It's all at a push. And if you understand it, you'll understand how to navigate in it. And you'll realize that when you're working with people, you should really, really implement them and make them feel like, wow, you know what? It is a little bit more intimate when you're giving me the actual sound in its rawest form. Not something that's saying, hey, you could, listen to it, but also just listen because, and you gotta have it this way because I want people to know and I can't just let it go. Let it go. And when you do, you'll be surprised how it come out. When you do, you'll be surprised because believe it or not, I like when it comes in. I even like certain times where it'll be like, you know what? I won't even put it here. I put it there. So then after the first verse, after I'm done saying that thing, I just have it get the woo, get silent with the track, and then have that joint just come in. And then I come in, and then I just second part. Bam! But you hear it and then you suggest it, and it's more like, yo, you trying to tell me what to do? And like I told you guys, in this industry, somebody is going to tell you what to do. That's the bottom line. People, family, loved ones, close homies, homegirls, everybody, your students, your parents, your aunts, uncles, cousins, your mailman, your neighbors, somebody is going to tell you what to do. And you should listen to people. You should listen twice as much as you speak. That's why you have two ears and one mouth. Learn to shut the fuck up and listen to people. And trust me, I know. Because it took a long time for me to learn when and how to shut the fuck up. Whew! Thank you for just learning when to give and when to take. For learning when to just stand there and watch, pay attention. Be still. Be still. And still be mindful about how to navigate, but be still. What's the next one? Yeah, I know that a lot of artists, upcoming artists are also planning on wanting to get work done. And I understand what that means, but I'm telling you, when people are saying collaborate, what is this generation's version of collaborating? You know what I'm saying? That's something that I need to understand. Because I'm trying to understand what this generation version of, collaboration is. Collaboration as in, we get up, we come up with these songs, we record them, we put them out, and then if something happens, then that we know that we worked on it together, then we make it work. Now I have a different definition of collaboration. I need artists to understand like how expensive it is to make a project. How expensive it actually is, even on a low budget. On the lowest hood budget, there's still a price. Like a money price. There's things that you have to actually implement. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize that even while I'm working on this show, it's these lights, it's cameras, it's equipment, it's electricity. It's so many things that come into play to getting projects done. So when people say collab, what does that mean? How does the equipment charge back up? On whose expense? So I believe that as much as people want to collaborate, I believe the question should be now as an introduction. And my cousin mentioned this. He likes when they do this. Yo, shout out to you. I love what you got going on. What's your rate? Shout out, such and such referred me to you. I love what you got going on. What's your rate? Shout out, I'm following you. I'm about such and such and such. What's your rate? Yo, I know the season's busy right now. I know that it's last minute. But these are what my ideas are. This is how I would like to involve you. And without further ado, you know what I'm going to ask, right? Exactly. What's your rate? Allow photographers, videographers, producers, engineers, music artists, A&Rs, allow people to really, really check you out. That's why I advocate for people to have an EPK. It's not like I be just saying it because my lady was like, yo, some of your friends don't have an EPK. And I'm saying, so? So? What am I supposed to do about that? All we can do is suggest, but remember, all of us are moving at our own time frame. And because we're not moving at that same frequency, that don't make either person wrong about anything. We all have different ways on how we communicate. And shout out to my new professor who told me that there's about 13 different ways on how you can communicate through music and through, through vocals and through math and through books and literature, text, the actual words itself, through physical. There's so many different ways on how you can communicate language with your hands, with your eyes, just all these different things on how you can actually express yourself. And when you look into that, you realize that all you pretty much have to do is just figure out, give them the chance to want to be able to see what you have to offer. That's why I tell you guys, it's best to invest in yourself first and foremost, getting your electronic press kit, getting yourself built up, letting people being able to see that you are even starting somewhere. Because believe it or not, people will rock with you just because they see that you have the actual drive and you are willing to invest in yourself. Once people see that you're willing to invest in yourself, everybody's on board. Trust me, everybody's on board. The reason why everybody's on board, because everybody want to be a part of what's going on. Everybody wants to really, really be in the know. Those that are in the know that everybody who wants to be in the know has to know what's going on, how it's going on, who's connected right now, who's respected right now, who's protected right now, and who's the up and coming that's gonna take whatever's happening right now to that next level. Because as we know, it never stays the same. And your ideas, even as artists, it doesn't stay the same. So you have to be able to get your electronic press kit, let people see your photos. You know what I'm saying? The look look the purpose. What you said you want to be, look it. Don't say that you're this and then online you're showing that. Don't be doing this and then I see you doing that. Don't be saying, oh, God's in the room, and then you rapping all that. Nobody wants to hear it. And that's what we mean when we say artists being honest with themselves. Because once you start seeing who the artists are, like I tell you guys all the time, it doesn't matter how talented an artist may be. If an artist is not ready, yo, God, A&R see it. I have an eye of an A&R. Artists and repertoire, we are watching you. We are seeing it. We are listening. We are watching how your demeanor is. We're watching how you dress, how you smell, what you're doing on your routine, who your homies are, what they're drinking, everything. You think I'm around dudes who are drinking King Cobras and 211 more liquor? You got to be out of your mind. No way in the world would I allow, no way in the world would I ever allow any of my friends to drink cheap malt liquor. If it ain't the finest of the finest, we're not doing it. You love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where Some Law Entertainment comes in. These guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track. What more could you ask for? With Some Law, there's no more struggling between the wants and the needs. They get what's essential so you can focus on what matters, what you love to do. They're governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. Photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production. Some Law has the experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer. Call them and take the next step to sharing what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you in the studio. I felt good. And that's even the thing now too. Teaching my students this season how to sneeze. And oh man, it may sound like the easiest, simplest thing, but like I've been telling you, listen, I've been just seeing in the street. You ever see somebody sneeze? And I'm gonna get back to what I was saying too. Let me finish that up as believe it or not. And shout out to the Erica and James because boy, you know we love to drink us some good old brandy wine, yeah? That brandy wine be woo! And next thing you know, at the end of the night, somebody get into a fight. Cause that's what happen when you're drinking them spirits. And also determine on what spirits you are even honing into. And that goes to show that we are really, really putting that time on. And really, really just going with it. Whatever it is, however it's looking, boy, I tell you right now, at 5:15 a.m., it sure is looking. Un momento. And we are running on 3. Action. And boy, I tell you, man, I realized that that's when I knew I had to let go of some of my friends, believe it or not. I knew I had to let go of some of my friends because years back, and this was pretty much a long time ago, so this goes to show you my growth and my development. Years back, man, I pretty much got back from New Orleans. Got back from Essence Festival, did a good job. You know what I'm saying, man? And ended up meeting with a couple of clients and got, did some other little side jobs. And, pretty much came back with a decent amount of bag. And I was very, very excited about coming back. Because, when you come back home, you get back home safe. And at the same time, you're able to pull up on your peoples and kick it with certain people and whatnot. And, you make your rounds around certain hoods and whatnot. You know what I mean? And I got up with some of these fellas. And it really wasn't my initial crew. It was more of like my people's people, but we all from the same area and we always around each other. So pretty much I'm back in town, you know what I mean? I'm pretty much came back with a good bag. I'm like, yo, dog, you know what I'm saying? Everybody somebody want to get some drinks. I said, yo, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to the liquor store. Everybody can get a gallon, Henny. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was on my Oprah. You get a gallon, you get a gallon. Because and it sounds crazy though, and it sounds very hood rich. And shout out to my brother J.R. Strong, man. I miss you, dog. Rest in peace. It sounds very hood rich, but boy, I was on my Oprah. You heard me? I came back ready to be like, yo, what you guys want? Whatever gallon bottle you want, it's yours. But we are not drinking. Y'all not drinking no cheap. And this is before I really, really understood what Louis 13 is, believe it. So I wasn't on that level. But I believe getting everybody a gallon of Henny was a hood accomplishment of just being able to say, yo, staying loyal to the soil, showing love, and as my boy Cal Boog would say, and my brother Twin would say, show love when I come through. So I came through ready to give it all up. You feel me? These dudes walked up the block. My homies dudes walked up the block. And everybody out there talking. And they ended up, I wasn't paying attention because I'm chopping it up with everybody else. And these came back from the corner store with 2 bags. They had 24 of the 50-cent beers inside the bags. They had 4 6-packs of the King Cobras. And that was a moment in time when I knew who I was just around, getting advice from the elite I was able to speak with the illustrious Ian Van Zant. She allowed me to call, FaceTime my sister and tell my sister how much she loved her. And my sister was able to say back to her, I love you. I was able to say to Ayanla, thank you, I love you. It was beautiful energy. You able to be around those who are around the best of the best. You're in a circle talking with Spike Lee and Ava DuVernay and, you know, Sanaa Lathan and, Regina Hall and, you know, Michelle Banks and the Tanya Gunthers, and just the elite in the room. Megan Good, shout out to you, you know what I'm saying? Good laughs, good vibes, great people, phenomenal. And when you come back wanting to give the best of the best, and their definition of that is 24.50 beers, you guys don't want, they like that feeling instead. And yo, listen, you know what? To each his own. Because you know what? I just came from New Orleans. And how they say in Soldier Slim's track, you're not my dog? Can't tell me nothing about my dizzo, youngest Miss Zane. Look, he's a grown Miss Zane. That's on him if he wanna shoot a hole, gossip, put him back. Ooh, like I don't know about my dog and never take the whole route. But I'm talking about everybody talking about they want to get to the next level. They want to be able to do the best of the best. And I'm able to say, listen, let's go get these gallons of these Hennies. Let's go get up in the studio. Let's go vibe out. And let's just go kick it. Wake up. Everybody got their own bottle. Nobody got to pass the bottle around. No cups, nothing. This is no cup day. Oh, you know how I go. But everybody got it. You know what I'm saying, man? And that's one experience because I've had that experience with friends who I just left, where I have friends who are giving me shots of Louis XIII before I board the plane. I have friends who are giving me, putting me in the governor suites of hotels and putting me in spaces that are a privilege and a blessing and wholeheartedly respected and received because everyone's not able to have and go. That's what we mean when everyone's not able to go where you're going. And if you didn't make your list of who's not going, maybe it's best you do that now. When you do that, I also go to show you how much time you make yourself available for that you can implement something else that is worth it into the situation in real time. Figuring out what you need to do. Figuring out how you need to navigate. And once you get that part figured out, dog, that's it. But that's when I knew I had to let go of certain people. Because I had people who are giving me $200 shots for 1 ounce shot. 1 ounce shot. 1 ounce of a shot for $200. And y'all want to drink 50 cent, 16 ounce each, a can for that feeling. It's not the same feeling, with all due respect. And to each his own. And to anybody out there who may be trying to figure out, the imbalance. I know it's a process, but you have to figure it out. And don't get deep into the Malt Liquor Chronicles. Balance out. We calibrate. Drink water. Think about what the next steps are and take it there. And to everyone who understands what Louis XIII is, I don't have that bottle in my collection yet. But it's on its way. And to those who may enjoy the best of great liqueur, I want to know what's your best liqueur. You know what I'm saying? What's the best drink you ever had? What's the best shot you ever had? Who you actually in the studio I mean, or your setting, or what's your drink of choice, or what do you love to drink? Are you a dark man, light man, wine? What's your calibration? And time is running, and that's what I love about this right here, is that you can make sense of what it is. You just have to figure it all the way out. And to all the artists, man, if you want to collaborate, man, if you're investing in yourself, if you start investing in yourself and you put it out there, they will see it, because people see everything. And if they act like they don't see you, it's okay, because then it's not for you to be seen by them. And you're not to be seen by everyone. And everyone's opinion doesn't matter. Don't be impressionable. Stand for what you stand for, own into it, connect the dots, and make it happen. We're live on set. Your strategy, execute it, make your team come together, make it work. And we are out. With that being said, I don't think I'm chirping out right, but this is how it's going out. We're out right now, yeah? Yeah. Much love. Everybody out there watching this whole entire time, much love to you guys. I am really, really making sense of this, and it's exciting. I'm moving around a lot because this is what this season, and the guests are coming on. The guests, I know I said that before. The guests are coming on. We are figuring out the little last minute nooks and crannies, but I ask you guys, if I had to leave with anything, I ask you guys this. With everything that you've done thus far, are you ready? Everything that you've done thus far, are you ready? Look into the mirror, recalibrate. The word is yours. I swear to God, the word is yours. That's why we got these phones. How that old song go? Got the whole world in his hand. He got the whole world in his hand. You have everything in your hand. That phone, use the tool properly. Connect the dots. Remove everybody and everything, and watch how your life becomes better. I'm Irv. We're live on set, and we are discussing all the strategies, how we're executing it, and I swear, my team has been getting smaller. My circle is a dot, and I'm so blessed, so thankful. And anybody out there who love me wholeheartedly for free, I love you back. And those who can't stand me, I love you even more. With that being said, I'm out.